Hello and welcome to Pastor Billy Joe Hillbilly's Tidbits, episode 27. This video may be the single most important video that I've ever recorded. And if someone were to watch only one video that I have made, I hope they watch and consider this one. Hell. When you talk about hell, people immediately start getting all of these ideas, these questions in their mind. How could a loving God send somebody to hell? Why would a loving God, why would there even be such a thing? God is not some malicious, malevolent, masochistic monster. God created us to be His children. He loves us. But God did not create us as mindless robots. God gave us free will, the ability to choose. God gives us the option of turning to Him and turning from ourselves, from our sin, from our disobedience, and turn to Him. We have that choice. We can choose not to. If in our lifetimes we never choose to turn to God, if we never turn to Him, then we are choosing to be separated from Him forever. We're making the decision now as to where we'll spend eternity. We're choosing now if we want an eternal relationship with God or if we want to be separated from Him. And He gave us free will. We have the option. We have the right to choose. We can choose Him or we can choose ourselves. So hell is a choice. Hell is the natural consequence from choosing a life in which we have rejected God. If we never turn to Him and away from ourselves and our sin, our own nature, which is it's what we want to do. We want to live our own lives, make our own decisions, be our own bosses. We want to be in charge, and so our very nature is a disobedient, sinful one. And if we live and die in that sinful, disobedient life, then we are choosing to spend eternity separated from God. So it's the natural consequence of living separate from God. You'll spend eternity separate from God. Hell, to me, is simply the complete and total absence of God. And that God is the source of all true, pure love, of all joy, of all happiness, of all holy, pure. God is the source of all good. And if we choose to be separate from him, we are choosing to be completely separate from that. We would be choosing to be separated from love and happiness and joy and our Creator for eternity. So it's up to us. God allows us to make that choice. We're not robots. We have free will. We can choose to follow him or not. And so, if we never turn to him, we're deciding to spend eternity separated from him. God's not sending us to hell. We're picking it. We're choosing it. Hell is described in the Bible, and it doesn't sound good. It's really not where you want to be. You see, I don't know about... I mean, it's described as a lake of fire, right? I mean, but you see, the pain is going to come from knowing that there is no hope, that there is never, ever going to be love or happiness or joy in your life again for all of eternity. But God doesn't want us to choose that. He allows us the option. He gives us free will, but that's not what he wants. The Bible says it's not his will that any should perish. He describes hell, or the hell is described in the Bible. It's not pleasant. And God literally became a man and died to keep us out of it, to keep us out of hell. What more do you expect him to do? Give us free will and then withdraw it at the end and say, okay, yeah, I know you rejected me your entire life, but I'm not going to let you choose to be separate from me for eternity. You know, people want to know, why would God even let people be born that are going to end up in hell? Well, how could he buy us things? How is that free will? If he only allows the ones that choose a particular path to even exist in the first place, well, that's not free will. He gives us that choice, but he literally became a man and died to keep us out of it. And hell is described in the Bible as a really bad, miserable, unimaginable, horrific place. He's done what he can do. He can't take away your choice because he gave you free will in the first place, even knowing before man was even created that some would choose to reject him. Some would not choose heaven and an eternity with him. But he died to keep us out of it. You see, think of it like this. It's like you're in the heavenly court. You're in court and you've been, tried and convicted of being a human sinner. Which is, if you're human, you're a sinner. It's the way it works. There has to be some punishment for that. Well, God became a man and died on the cross as a sacrifice to make up for that sin and to take the punishment for you, so to speak, so that you don't have to spend eternity separated from him. So you see, that's why I believe Christianity and the Bible over any other religion. It just fits. Man is imperfect and can never be perfect as long as he's a physical human. In our bodies, in our physical existences, we will never attain perfection. We may live good lives, we may not live good lives, we may try, we may fail, we will fail, always fail. We can't attain perfection. God cannot be imperfect. So there has to be something, some reconciliation, so that we can spend eternity with him. And since we can't become perfect, the only thing that is logical is that God had to make that sacrifice. God had to become a man and die. Now think, some people are like, well, Jesus was still God, and he knew he couldn't really truly die. Well, he was also a man. He was both fully God and fully man. He had never experienced death before, and while he knew that as God he would continue to exist for all eternity because he is outside the realm of time, but as a man he was going to die an absolutely horrific, painful, miserable, unimaginably horrible death at the hands of his own creation. And he did that willingly and to make up for our shortcomings, our failings, our sin, our evil nature. I'd have wiped the planet. I'd have been like, that's enough of this. You know, there wouldn't be nothing now but puppies. I don't want to make a lot of things. It's a pretty heady subject. Please consider this. The only thing that really makes sense is the Bible. The only thing that fits, the only thing that works logically is that since humans can't become perfect, God had to be the sacrifice. As a man, he had to sacrifice himself to make up for it, so that we can spend eternity together. So, choose God. Please. 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 Thanks for watching. If you like the video, if it meant something to you, you're welcome to subscribe or choose the like icon. Click that, tap that. If there's something I've said that doesn't make sense, you're welcome to post a comment. If I don't answer it, hopefully someone will, but I'll try to keep an eye on things. If there's something I said that you absolutely feel certain is completely and totally off base, explain where I'm wrong. But just posting, you're stupid. isn't really going to help anybody. It'll be a waste of your time, my time, and all the people that watch this video, their time as well. Not that probably anyone will ever see this video, but my fingers are crossed. I mean, you can't see that. They're tucked into my jacket pockets. But anyway, I really do hope you have a really incredibly good day. And God bless you.